What's up, YouTube? It's Original Sin 2014, and here is finally my 5 forgotten classics. To be honest with you guys, this took me a while because a lot of matches I could think of, but unfortunately I don't own the footage. I found 5. I found some old WCW recorded tapes I'd had from the original pay-per-view, but alright, well here goes, guys. 5 is, I thought this was one of the best rivalries in '97 in WCW. It's Medusa and Akira Hokuto. The WCW Women's title versus Medusa's career, and this was at the Great American Bash 1997. That rivalry, I just got into it fierce, and it was such a cool thing. You know, I think, if I remember correctly, it started at Spring Stampede that year because Luna Vachon interfered in their match for the Women's Championship. The match went, and it was really cool. Medusa had to retire, actually, because she failed to win the WCW Women's title, so give that one a look if you can find it. Number 4 is Bret Hart versus Hakushi, and this is at the First In Your House in 1995. Two different styles clashing together I thought was really cool at that time. Personally, I thought Hakushi could have got a bigger push in WWF at that time. You know, that's just one that isn't talked about too much. And later on, I love the match that him and Hayabusa had with Rob Van Dam and Sabu in ECW, which, oddly enough, which was the match that Rob Van Dam nearly lost his eyelid. You know. Here, number 3 is Trish Stratus against Victoria in a Hardcore Rules match at WWE Survivor Series in 2002. It was talked about for a little bit, but at that time, you just hadn't seen a hardcore match. I think it was 3 years before they had the last female hardcore title match. You know, and they had like trash cans and, you know, kendo sticks and whatnot. It was just really cool. Victoria won her first women's championship at that event. She had debuted a few months before. Number 2 is, I don't know why I picked this one, but it just, at the time, it was a cool idea. It was the Steiner Brothers against the Outsiders at NWO Sold Out 97. It was the first NWO pay-per-view. You know, it was for the WCW Tag Team titles, and you know, Steiner Brothers ended up winning because a WCW referee counted the fall instead of Nick Patrick, who was the NWO referee. That was an awesome moment because, you know, at that time, you know, it was war between WCW and the NWO. Who would have thought the next night Eric Bischoff stripped him of the titles and gave them back to the Outsiders? You know, and that rivalry lasted for a long time until Scott Steiner eventually joined the NWO. I think it was at Super Brawl 8, I believe. And here's my number 1 match, I thought. It's Chris Benoit and Jeff Jarrett. It was the WCW United States title match. It was a ladder match at WCW Starrcade 99. You know, I honestly thought that should have been on the ladder match DVD. That was a sick bum watching Chris Benoit do a diving headbutt from the top rope. Oddly enough, Jeff Jarrett had to forfeit the United States title because of injuries he suffered in a cage match, I believe. It was not too long after this match. You know, he had to surrender the United States title. Guys, here's some obscure trivia. Correct me if I'm wrong on this. I'd like to see the footage if it exists. Hulk Hogan was the first foreigner, actually. First foreigner to win the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. And I guess it was a tournament. I think it was 82, I think. I want to say that, but I'm not sure. It was a 10-man tournament. He beat legendary competitor, the great... Antonio Inoki for the belt, and he was the first foreigner to win it. The only reason I brought that up because I saw on the Jeff Jarrett DVD when he attacked Hogan in Japan, And that just random wrestling fact right there. I want to give a shout out to a couple friends of mine. Wrestling Handyman, rock on, dude. Mater111, and a couple of people I've forgotten. I love you guys. Original Sin 2014, and I'm out.